ESPN's coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs is brought to you by Dodge. The more things change, the more things look like the new Dodge. By Old Spice High Endurance. For long-lasting odor protection, demand proof. Get Old Spice. And by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL.
The Detroit Red Wings had the best record in the league in the regular season. They're favored to win the Stanley Cup, and in the first period they showed us, Darren, why.
Well, the Hurricane began a minute and 37 seconds into this hockey game. Paul Coffey scoring his third goal of the postseason play. It all starts. Steve Yzerman setting up from the right side. Just a simple little pass. One-timer. That shot goes off the skate blade of Jason Moore. 1-0 Detroit. 2-0 Detroit right now on the power play. Lidstrom over to Fedorov. One-timer. 2-0 hockey game at 9:38. And then Steve Yzerman does the dirty work. Crosses up Larionov, gets the return feed for Mary. 3-0 Detroit. And then Cicerelli changing up the angle a little bit of traffic in front. And that's a 4-0 hockey game. That goal came at 14:47 of the opening frame. Meanwhile, in that first period, obviously the score 4-0. Shots on goal, an overwhelming 21-8. Scoring chances 15-3. Detroit again 1-for-1 on the power play, and San Jose had one power play chance. They went 0-for-1, and hopefully in this period the San Jose Sharks will go back and introduce themselves to Artur Zerbe, who remains in this hockey game.
And hopefully for Artur Zerbe's sake and Kevin Constantine's sake, the Sharks will introduce themselves to some of the Red Wings and bang a few bodies. And let's face it, you can sum it all up by saying one team showed up to play tonight and the other one did not. That's the verdict after one period of play. Game 3 on ESPN Thursday night from San Jose.
This will be a good test for Detroit, too, to maintain that left wing lock, the defensive system that they've utilized throughout the hockey season. And playing with the lead was one of their stronger suits this year. Once they got a lead, they never relinquished it.
Icing the call on San Jose as Bob Rouse touches up just 33 seconds into the second period.
Bob Rouse, the veteran defenseman that was acquired in the offseason as a free agent from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Another one of the many reasons why that defensive philosophy was put in place. Guys like Bob Rouse and Fetisov, and of course Ramsey coming over from Pittsburgh. The veterans Coffey, now Lidstrom. And Scotty Bowman implemented that system. Acquired Fetisov at the trade deadline time. And the veterans able to instill a little bit more confidence in their younger players and get involved in the offense.
Faceoff comes to Fetisov. The shot for the point, save with a stick by Irbe. Comes out to Pat Falloon. Falloon up to Craig Janney. Stick handles around Brown. Janney taken down at center. Nothing called there. The Sharks dump in, but nobody pursues. San Jose and a line change. It's Fetisov with a full head of steam. Takes it up the center. Over the stick of Doug Brown. And icing will be the call on Detroit as San Jose touches up. Fetisov almost got there first. In fact, he thinks he did, but the linesman saw differently.
One of the things you focus on are face-offs in playoff time, and we certainly make a lot out of it, and you should, because often you can gain a lot here. Now, you see here, Fedorov's a left-hand shot, and Baker is also a left-hand shot. They're going to go to the opposite ends of the spectrum right here. But how quickly Fedorov gets his tape down, and stop it here, sticks are crossed, puck's still not there yet, and here's the quick hands of Fedorov. He's able to get Baker off balance, use his strength, and then get it right back to the point, and it was Fetisov that got that shot.
Off the face-off, San Jose's Friesen sent one wide. Jeff Friesen, youngest player in the National Hockey League, still only 18 years of age. Here's Ulf Dahlen behind the Detroit net. Lidstrom ties him up, he gets away. Ulf Dahlen sweeps it through the slot area, but nobody there. And the puck comes back to center. Chris Tansel sends it in momentarily, but the Wings skated out. Ray Shepard wants to join the scoring parade, takes it down low, pulls up, sends it in on Irbe. Save is made. Krushelnyski had his stick tied up and was not able to poke in the rebound. Wings send it in behind the net, touched up there by Vlastimil Krupa. Krupa has a take off his stick, and Irbe forced to make a save as Krushelnyski was hanging out to his right.
Possibility you're sitting at home saying, why didn't they change goaltenders 4 down after the first period? My philosophy right here is Irbe has started this game. Now Kevin Constantine goes into the locker room. If he switch up his goaltender, Flaherty comes in and gets smoked the rest of the way. Now you got two guys where their confidence is a little fragile. You've got to have another guy going back to San Jose with a fresh state and hopefully a little more confidence. And I know Irbe's a little bit older, has been through a little bit more. One of the reasons why I would leave him in this net and help him get out of the funk that he was in, because he didn't play poorly in that first period.
No, I couldn't fault him for any of those 4 goals scored by the Detroit Red Wings. Just 2 minutes here in the second period. With Darren Pang, I'm Tom Mees. Stanley Cup action tonight from Detroit. And the Red Wings looking good to try and take a 2-0 lead over the San Jose Sharks. Igor Larionov comes in and dumps to the corner. Taken away there by Mike Ramsey, the veteran defenseman. Another key pickup for the Red Wings this year. Bob Errey off the stick of Konstantinov. Sergei Makarov handled by Yzerman. Puck picked up by Whitney. And gets it over to Big Mike Rathje. Here's Sandis Ozolinsh on left wing. Makarov sends it to the corner, but nobody there for San Jose.
A few times in this game, we've seen a San Jose defenseman move up in the play. That time it was Ozolinsh.
Puck in the corner and a shot on Irbe, and he holds his ground. Sean Burr, and an excellent scoring opportunity as the Primo Burr-Ciccarelli line almost made it 5-0. Arthur Zerbe saved San Jose that time.
Excellent shift by this line, who has done so well through the course of this year. And with some good pressure from Primo, taking out Jim Kite, corrals the loose puck, feeds it right in front. And right on the doorstep, Sean Burr gets a one-timer. Another good save with the butterfly, the low leg of Arthur Zerbe. He's very good at getting that down, but Primo, the big power forward, used his body in deep.
Keith Primo, he'll take the face-off for Detroit. 2 goals, 1 assist so far in the Stanley Cup playoffs for number 55. Comes out to Fetisov, winds up, hits Irbe, who's standing at the top of the crease. Comes over to Sean Burr. Burr, dipsy-doodles in the corner. Fetisov, another one-timer, this one wide. Bob Rouse, he'll take one chest wide, stick side. And Jeff Odgers finally skates at the center. For San Jose, Sean Donovan. Shot from the right wing is well off target. Baker in the corner. Jamie Baker, who won Game 7 last year with a goal late in the 3rd period. Jim Kite. His shot was well wide. Fetisov behind the net. Ends up on the stick of Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli to center. Kite breaks that play up, and Peterson back for San Jose. Peterson, drop pass, shot by Odgers. Goes behind the net. Off the helmet of Ciccarelli, it comes to center.
Good shift for that line for San Jose. Baker and Sean Donovan doing some good work.
And breaking in is Slava Kozlov. He's tied up on the left side by Moore. Still managed to shovel it in on Irbe. Now Chris Tansel gives it away to Doug Brown. And another chance for Kozlov. He pulls up. Hit by Moore. He sends it through the crease. What stick handling by Kozlov. Here's Fedorov, backhander, and Irbe has to hang on. Shots on goal, 27-8.
If we violate the laws of physics, will we be punished? Well, we did. We gave Stratus a new type of tire that offers the tread life and enhanced fuel economy of a tire engineered for efficiency, yet sticks to the road like a tire engineered for performance. A clear violation of physical law. Thus far, there have been no legal repercussions. New Dodge Stratus. It's full of answers.
Get 1.9% financing or lease Dodge Stratus for $199 a month.
Welcome to Hockey 101. This is the puck. This is the net. This is the Zamboni. These are hits. These are saves. These are goals. And this, well, this is the ice. Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL.
Jeremy Roenick is back in action, and you wonder how the knee will respond. He doesn't seem too concerned here. Tossing his weight around early. It's scoreless. We'll keep you updated. Tom and Darren.
The only way Roenick knows how to play, John, is play is back on here at Joe Louis Arena. You knew that Roenick would not change his style one whit when he came back.
Good sign, though, when he gets that first hit out of the way. Very good sign.
Puck comes back behind the San Jose net. Irbe leaves it for defenseman Rathje. Game 2 of that Chicago-Vancouver series. Chicago won Game 1 in overtime on a Joe Murphy goal Sunday night. Fedorov on the right wing. The Wings are having fun now. Long cross-ice passes, cherry picking at the blue line, and shots like this. And a save by Irbe, and another one banks off to the right. It's almost like pond hockey sometimes for Detroit.
What a great outlet pass, though, by Paul Coffey. Right on the tape to a flying Fedorov. Great speed, part of that great transition game.
You know, it's frightening from the San Jose perspective. Detroit, if they ever abandon their system and really open it up, the Jets wide could really pour it on. Makarov from the left point. Cross-ice pass interrupted and skated to center. Kozlov almost got it by. In alone, Shepard picks it up. Now Krupa goes back for San Jose. Sharks have showed no signs of being any more aggressive here in the second period. Konstantinov takes it away from Krupa. Puck is in the corner to the right of the netminder Vernon. Has to feel like the Maytag repairman in this game. Craig Janney surrounded by Red Wings, and Shepard says thank you very much. Dishes it off to Yzerman. Dumps in the corner. Area is taken down from behind. No penalty called. Clavery may have embellished that just a smidge. Puck is loose in the corner. Comes behind the San Jose net. Konstantinov. Jason Moore tries to clear it and does, and rushing back is Ramsey. Chris Draper off the stick of McCarty. Down in the corner to the left of Irbe. And Harry got his revenge on Krupa, or rather Draper. Draper got revenge on Krupa that time. Puck behind the Detroit net. Touching it up is Rouse. Icing the call on San Jose. 13:26 to go in the period.
Oh, we've seen an awful lot of pretty plays in this hockey game, and Slava Kozlov had one of them. A neat little dipsy doodle move on Jason Moore. Going to give him the old inside. Whoa, slide it behind him. Little pass right to himself. Then goes by Cronin. And that shot was stopped by Irbe. So Kozlov did a nice job of eluding Jason Moore, who has been their steadiest performer this year behind the blue line. But this is a slippery little move by Kozlov, and he barely gets touched by Jason Moore. And then Moore needs a little bit of help from Cronin.
Face off deep in the San Jose end. Peterson controls and lost it to center. No signs of a sustained offensive attack by the San Jose Sharks in this game, and we're almost halfway through it. McCarty. Here's Krushelnyski with a shot, and a glove save by Irbe leaves it for Peterson. Back to Fetisov. Fetisov winds up. Irbe is down. Puck hits the side of the net. McCarty. He tries to center, and Irbe covers up as Darren McCarty was there to try and rattle him. Under 13 minutes to go in the period. Still 4-0.
It's coming. To take cold. To take taste. To take smooth. To the extreme. Introducing Bud Ice. One ice that goes beyond the others. To take smooth. To the extreme. New Bud Ice.
I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant, but it does. It evaporates less quickly, it also lasts longer, protects better. Try it. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of yours. So if you still think every deodorant works the same, take the high endurance challenge from Old Spice, because now you got proof, guaranteed.
More Stanley Cup action for the Western Conference on Thursday. We'll be out in San Jose, Game 3 of the Red Wings and the Sharks at the Shark Tank to see if the Sharks can revive themselves. On the Deuce Thursday, note the starting time. It's 10 o'clock Eastern, not 10:30, but 10 o'clock for the Deuce game between Chicago and Vancouver, live from Vancouver. So San Jose and Vancouver, the venues on Thursday between ESPN and ESPN2. We will have them covered for you live. And it should be interesting to see what mood the crowd is in San Jose when we get there for Game 3. They'll come out roaring at the start.
No doubt about that. Home ice has definitely been an advantage for San Jose. In that Calgary series, it probably didn't seem like that, but still, they get a lot of energy from their home crowd. so far at Joe Louis Arena, they've been a very intimidated bunch. Not just for this year, not just for the playoffs, the entire year. They're now almost 0 for 10 in terms of goals for the last periods here at Joe Louis.
All right, Rathje in the corner. Tries to clear the zone. Give away to Primo in the slot. Irbe the save. Arturs Irbe, and this one hits the post. He slid to his left side, stacked those pads, and the puck hit the outside of the opposite post. Now Ciccarelli in the corner. Detroit playing like a bunch of sharks. Going after prey tonight. Fetisov, Sean Burr. Rathje just stands there, allows Big Primo to take the puck away from him. Ciccarelli backhander. Irbe covers it up. Red light is on, but no goal. Rob Schick, the referee, says no goal. Waves it off.
It was a mercy whistle.
Yeah, I was going to say the crowd's booing, but come on.
Looked like Irbe had that underneath his left pad, and Keith Primo did what you're supposed to do, though, and that is keep poking away at it, because it didn't look like it was fully covered initially, and as a forward, your instincts have to be to continue to peck away and see if you can get that loose puck. So Primo does that, and the referee, Rob Schick, I thought he did a good job blowing it down and giving Irbe a little bit of time to recover. But nonetheless, we'll see if the puck was actually loose, because Irbe right here gets a little bit of a break, goes underneath him right off the post. And that was after he just made a brilliant save before that on Primo. And on the overhead here, here's the shot by Burr. Underneath the old armpit, across the grain off the post, and harmlessly back out. Believe it or not, it's not even a shot on goal.
Well, that's good. It's only 31-8 in that category.
Oh.
My goodness. And the quality chance is even more lopsided. 21-3 in favor of Detroit. Here are the Red Wings again.
They should have 8 here.
Here's Kozlov in the slot. Double clutches.
Hit the crossbar.
And went up high off the glass. And a penalty going to be called here by Rob Schick. Let's check in now with John Saunders.
Tom, this highlight brought to you by the new Dodge, and it's a chance for the Vancouver Canucks. Cliff Ronning with the shot. Meso. Puck battles around, and Ronning then again on the doorstep, but can't find the opening. It is still scoreless. Tom and Darren.
Oh, Eddie Belfour at the top of his game so far tonight.
Great save by Belfour. It looks like Vancouver's got some pressure going there, but Jamie Baker got some pressure of his own. He's going over to the penalty box right now, and Detroit will get their second power play of the game with Baker on the sidelines. And so far Detroit 1 for 1 with the man advantage. Baker goes off for a holding, and Detroit 1 for 1 with 2 shots on goal. And of course Fedorov's goal came on the power play.
Yeah, that was the goal by Fedorov that made it 2-0 on the power play.
Here's Baker holding on to Doug Brown.
And the play is back on. The Red Wings in the San Jose zone, setting up shop right off to the face-off. Yzerman closes in. Yzerman the shot. Irbe the save, and he'll hang on with Kozlov on the doorstep. Arturs Irbe, it's not his fault tonight.
Steve Yzerman having one heck of a game for Detroit, and most of the Detroit Red Wings players are. But Arturs Irbe is playing a heck of a game for San Jose, and certainly it's a 4-0 game, and as I said before, it could be 8 or 9 by now, including this glorious chance. Yzerman lets her fly from the point position, through a little bit of traffic, and keep your eye on the left glove.
And back to live action quickly as Kozlov is left unchecked. Tries to lift it up on the backhand. 2 more shots were put in on the pads of Irbe there. Well, we're looking at that replay, and Rathje off the boards and down the ice. Still 1:28 left to go on the penalty to Jamie Baker of San Jose. Larionov breaks up this Detroit rush and dumps it into the Red Wing end. Paul Coffey up to Yzerman on left wing. Dumps in. Fedorov the rebound, cruises in front, just couldn't control a bouncing puck. He'd had a great chance, and Irbe smothers it. Well, break open the chips. Take a look at the Pringles storyline in this one, and I think it's going to be kind of consistent. Coffey 1-1. You can see ties Dennis Potvin now for first all-time among defensemen in Stanley Cup play and points scored. Yzerman, as Darren mentioned, a good night. San Jose has still yet to score a goal this season in this building.
Dino Ciccarelli, one of the goals in this hockey game, and Ciccarelli adding his 6th goal in the playoffs, getting some traffic in front of the net. And of course that's one of the Steve Yzerman goals.
Well, the puck behind the Detroit net. His play is back on under a minute to go on the penalty to Jamie Baker, San Jose. Coffey sent back at his own end. Fetisov waits and just dumps in. Ciccarelli chases in the corner. And Ciccarelli is hit hard. That's a novelty in this game. Loses his stick. And the puck comes down to the Detroit zone. I believe it was Jason Moore that hit Ciccarelli. 22 seconds left to go in the penalty to San Jose. Ray Shepard skates into the San Jose zone. Gets around Rathje. 10 seconds to go on the Shark penalty. Coffey just lobs it in front. Irbe trapped in front, and Ciccarelli may have hit another post.
Great save. Man, I thought Irbe got that right pillow on it.
Could have been.
Ciccarelli has had a ton of chances. 6 shots in the first period. Now we're 5-on-5.
And here comes Detroit at center again with Yzerman. Yzerman gets around Rathje. Cruises in behind the net. Cut off at the last second was Yzerman, but he held control. Ramsey's shot hits traffic in front, bounces over the net. Now it's Yzerman again, trying to set up McCarty. Oh, look at Yzerman again. Hits the leg of Ozolinsh. And finally, San Jose clears it. Friesen stood up by Konstantinov, and here comes Darren McCarty. Yzerman the trailer. The shot goes wide, low side. McCarty loses his stick. Under 10 minutes to go, second period, 4-0 Detroit.
Red Wings are going wide, they're going inside, they're going outside. They're penetrating San Jose like I haven't seen a team do in a long time in a playoff game.
They're going crazy is what they're doing as the puck rolls in on Vernon. Mike Vernon says, gee, I haven't seen one of these little hard rubber discs in quite a while. 4-0 Detroit. Back with more in a moment.
Has your old refrigerator become a real cultural experience?
Then it's time to visit your friends at Good Housekeeping Appliances. Good Housekeeping carries one of the largest selections of name brand appliances in the AK Valley, and we service everything we sell. Good Housekeeping guarantees the lowest everyday prices, and delivery is usually within 24 hours.
So before you have a cultural experience,
come to Good Housekeeping Appliances in Natrona Heights. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 9.
Nick Chevrolet Geo, the AK Valley's largest conversion van center with over 25 vans in stock from 5 different conversion companies. Enjoy special closeout prices on conversion vans with savings up to $5,000. Thank you, customers, for voting us #1 again. Best new car dealer, best place to buy a car, best auto repair, best place to buy auto parts, and best place to get an oil change. Nick also features the area's largest selection of pre-owned pickups, vans, conversion vans, and 4x4s. Nick Chevrolet, just off Trenton Bridge Road in Tarentum.
Well, Arturs Irbe doing something I'm not sure he wants to do. Skate back into the San Jose net where he's faced 36 shots tonight and performed admirably under a barrage of offense from the Red Wings. Archer's going to play a little beach ball, knock it back into the crowd. What's the old expression? You couldn't stop a beach ball. Oh, yeah?
Oh, here it comes again. It's back on the ice.
Well, the play is on in the Detroit end, and lumphing one in there was Vlastimil Krupa. As Vernon makes the save, let's check again with John Saunders. Have a little beach ball, John.
Thanks a lot, Tom. A little scoring chance for you right here as Eddie Belfour gets a little bit careless. Coming out of the net, it goes over his stick. He sweeps at it, and Trevor Linden has a shot from the side of the net, but they can't get it in. Still scoreless, Tom and Darren.
And the scoring woes for Trevor Linden continue in the playoffs.
Well, John, those old careless goaltenders that wander around the net drive those coaches nuts, don't they? Well, that's one thing about Eddie. He is very good, though, at playing the puck.
Linden, though, 1 goal so far in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That won't do for him.
Well, he got a break the other night when replay showed that it clearly went in the net anyway.
Yep.
Scoring his second goal of the
Second
playoffs.
goal, yeah, I stand corrected. Second goal. Your mind wanders in a one-sided game like this.
One-sided. The shots are only 36-9.
Was that all? Sharks control the face-off. The shot dribbles in on Vernon, who doesn't bother to cover up, and now he will. for a whistle. Mike Vernon, we talk about the good game that Irbe has played, but it's tough to play in a game like this. He's faced 10 shots in half the game.
How about the city of Birmingham right now? They're drilling. They got those hammers jacking all over the place. At 7 a.m. every morning in Birmingham, Michigan, Mike Vernon gets awakened by the loud noise. And there's a plea here in Detroit. Hey, guys, turn it off until the playoffs are over so Verns can get a little bit of sleep over there in Birmingham, Michigan.
I think the pleas will fall on receptive ears.
He might need it in this game just to keep awake.
They're headed for San Jose for the next 4 or 5 days, so it won't matter. Rathje goes deep into the Shark end, and McCarty drills him into the boards. Darren McCarty, he's going to hit you no matter what the situation. Back the other way, Larionov. Makarov, and he gets tied up at the blue line. Red Wings regain possession, and they'll dump down. Icing waved off. Irbe will have to play it. 8 minutes to go, second period. Darren McCarty with a tip-in attempt off the pass from Krushelnyski. Ramsey and Konstantinov from the Red Wing end. Intercepted by Ozolinsh at center. Ramsey dumps back the other way. 4 goals for the Red Wings in the first period in the first 14 minutes of play. And that's established our score at 4-0. Sergei Fedorov gives it up to Coffey. Coffey poke checked away by Larionov. Up to Ray Whitney. Whitney almost had a break, but he just poked it too far for himself. And Vernon plays it. Now Whitney. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Kozlov. And Brown is taken down at center. Nothing called there. Here comes Fedorov. Dribbles off his stick. Onto the stick of Kozlov, and with Lidstrom closing in, another save and another face-off here. Let's check in with John Saunders again.
All right, Tom, Chicago and the Blackhawks driving towards the net. There's a scramble in front of McLean, and Jim Cummins is there poking away at it. He finally knocks this one over the red line for the goal, and it's 1-0 Blackhawks. Back to Tom and Darren.
All right, John, so tough guy Jim Cummins gives Chicago a lead.
That line has really worked out well for the Chicago Blackhawks with Jeff Shantz as the centerman. Meanwhile, finally we're seeing a little bit of intensity here in this game. If you're skating along in this game, San Jose's down 4-0, and it's like it's a walk in the park for these. You'd think that there'd be some anger. Ray Whitney just had a great little drag the puck move, but he couldn't catch up to the initial play. Otherwise, hey, heck, he was in all alone on Mike Vernon, and it was one of the rare bursts that we've seen for the San Jose Sharks in this game. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, now Odger's going to go off, and he's got a 2-minute minor right there sitting his way, so it looks like Detroit will have another power play opportunity, that one for slashing. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's a playoff game, and you sort of, do you set a tone for the next period, the next game, the next whatever? It seems like San Jose, they don't do that very often. They're a very disciplined group, and sometimes maybe to a fault, if that's true, there's no anger to them. In fact, a few folks in Detroit say, hey, it's hard to set up a rivalry with this team because there's such a nice bunch of guys out there.
I'll tell you who's not going to be a nice guy in the morning.
Oh, no doubt about that. He's a very intense coach. He's done a terrific job with the San Jose Sharks. And Scotty Bowman, of course, well, we all know his record as a coach. The second winningest coach in Stanley Cup history in terms of Stanley Cups, behind the late Toe Blake that just passed away.
And the line of the series has to be Scotty Bowman telling the press before the series began that he thought the Red Wings were underdogs. Now, I've heard poor mouthing in my time, but that's a little bit over the line. There'll be more to come, I'm sure. Fedorov dumps into the San Jose end over the stick of Irbe. Yzerman catches up to it. Ciccarelli in the corner. Back to the right point for Lidstrom. Off the boards, Yzerman. Fedorov beaten to the puck by Jamie Baker, who dumps it to center. Dump into the Detroit zone. Lidstrom in the corner. Has trouble controlling momentarily. Nobody there for San Jose. Forechecking. Of course, they're a man down, but when you're 4 goals down, you think to take a few chances. Yzerman in the corner. Moore is on him. Red Wings gunning for their second power play goal of the night. Coffey, Lidstrom, one-timer, just wide, low side. Off the side of the net. Coffey keeps it in. Ciccarelli. He's way out for him. Down low. Yzerman. Fedorov. Shot. Score. for Sergei Fedorov, and the embattled Irbe has to endure another one.
Wonderful puck movement by the Detroit Red Wings, working it on the perimeter. Now the key here is their point men. They're wide open. They're able to set it side to side here. Work it from Cicerelli back to the point again. Lots of room back there. Yzerman, one-time pass right on the tape to Fedorov, right between the wickets of Irbe. But again, it all starts with their point movement and a nice little pass there, and good foot movement by Fedorov to get it from his right skate right to his blade and then fire it through the legs. Now Irbe has to come on out, cut away the angle as much as possible, and there is barely any room at all between the legs of Irbe, and somehow magically it manages to sneak through. Fedorov's second goal tonight. He had a goal and 3 helpers in game 1, and number 91 now is on a tear for Detroit.
And warning should go up around the National Hockey League if Fedorov gets it rolling. That's his second power play goal tonight.
You see right between the legs, there's just barely enough room right there for Fedorov to get that puck through, and he gets it through.
So Fedorov, with 2 power play goals of the night, now has 3 for the playoffs. And the San Jose Sharks deficit is 5 and counting. They were outscored 6-0 in game 1 of this series. At center ice with it is Krupa. Yzerman and Cicerelli get the official assist, and Krupa is taken down by Konstantinov. He hasn't lost his edge. Ramsey behind his own net. Konstantinov around the boards for Sean Burr, but it's too far. Shepherd regroups. Total domination. The first 2 games here in Detroit. The next 2 will be in San Jose.
And with the system that Detroit plays right now, the only thing that they can guard themselves against is getting over-anxious and jumping in too much into the play, but I can't see that happening.
Here's Makarov. Well, you don't want to develop bad habits even in a 5-0 game. I'm sure Scotty Bowman will remind them in the second intermission. Here's Draper, top of the circle, hits traffic in front. In the slot, Larionov covers.
I'm sure this is a well-oiled machine. I'm not sure if anything has to be said.
Well, one playoff game against Dallas. Detroit won it, I think it was 6-3. Scotty Bowman came in the locker room afterwards, said, all right, 6-3, it's okay. 3 goals too many. 1, 2, maybe. No more than 2. That's all he talked about was defense, defense, defense.
Big story for San Jose, Tom, would be somehow manage to score a goal. I mean, just see what that red light looks like. Get an opportunity. Obviously, we've chronicled how much they've struggled against the Red Wings at Joe Louis Arena. Get something in their hip pocket, something to build on.
Ozelinch behind his own net again. 4 minutes left to go in the second period. Jamie Baker says, why not? He's 1 on 3. Oh, and a good stick save by Vernon. It amazes me how sharp he is with the inactivity he's seen tonight. 5-0 Detroit.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices, but they aren't cars. They are 3 choices that make it easier for you to drive a new Dodge. Choose from generous cash incentives or exceptional interest rates, or extremely low lease rates. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. Why would you choose to buy anyplace else?
Yeah, you've seen it all. Done it all. Pretty much got it all figured out. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it takes are the 2 cool beers of the Mountain Man. Smooth Busch beer, easy drinking Busch Light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
If you wondered whether or not Jeremy Roenick would be a little shy his first game back because of the tender knee, guess what? Courtnall finds out in a hurry. He is not, and then Baranek gets a piece of JR. 1-0.
The most anticipated return in Chicago since Michael Jordan. Jeremy Roenick. Only thing missing is he doesn't have a statue out in front of the United Center. If they win the Stanley Cup, they may give him one.
It's a great statue, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. You're going to have to redo all the numbers on that Jordan statue. It's a nice looking piece of granite. bouncing back into the San Jose zone. Look at Fedorov working with a 5-0 lead, forechecking to a fairly well, and it may pay off. Fedorov gets it back to Coffey. They're playing catch. They're dangling out there now. They're having fun. Peterson gathers it up for San Jose. Taken away. Kozlov's shot is blocked off by the defense. Doug Brown goes into the corner. Peterson off the boards. 3:13 left in the period. Still in the San Jose end. This is 5-on-5. Remember, Janney, he can't get it out. Kozlov holds up. Oh, a beautiful pass on the stick of Brown. Just hopped over the last minute. Centers in front, rather Coffey. Coffey centered for Brown, and Janney breaks it up.
And still Detroit with 3 men back. They turn an odd man break into an even man situation.
2:52 to go in the period. Time to take a look at our Stanley Cup summary. Brought to you by Bud Ice. The Flyers, well, they're working overtime, but it's a success so far. They've beaten the Rangers in the first 2. Game 3 tomorrow night on the Deuce from New York. Claude Lemieux, there's a guy who's unheralded. 5 goals in 7 playoff games. All he does is beat you when pressure's on. And Jeremy Roenick returning tonight, and so far it is a success for the Blackhawks leading. Not a success for Craig Janney and his mates.
No, Craig Janney had a good game 6 in that Calgary series. -10 heading into this contest, and certainly when they got him from the St. Louis Blues, looking for some creativity and helping out Patrick Falloon as well. It's not one guy, it's not a couple of guys on San Jose, it's the entire club in this game, and they're certainly going against the odds in a well-oiled team in the Red Wings. Primed and ready and focused.
And they don't let up, you know, and the championship teams never do. They don't give you any sympathy out there. They just keep doing their thing. Here's Yzerman in the corner. Krupa tries to tie him up. He can't do it. Little backhand off the boards. Comes down low to Yzerman again. Friesen is on him. Yzerman gets away from Friesen, sets up the shot, and it is wide by Shepherd. Brilliant setup by Steve Yzerman. Yzerman, he really is. One-timer.
That play looked too easy for Shepherd. He's just got such great hands. He just kind of relaxed on that play, and Yzerman has just been hopping from the get-go in this hockey game.
Jeff Rogers, it's all San Jose can do, and I'm not exaggerating, just to get the puck in the Detroit end. It's really getting silly out here. Here comes Primo. Back to Burr. And Irbe hangs on to that one with 1:36 to go in the period. 39 shots on the San Jose net. Irbe has stopped 34 of them, and we're not through the second period.
So Ray Shepherd just misses on a little easy one-timer play. Look at the next time that Yzerman's got. It's just a free-for-all, and he actually puts us off the far post and out after being set up perfectly by their captain. And it actually hit the right body first of here, but that was even going wider than that. Shepherd's, he needs the old no-dose right now, get him activated in this game. He's a natural sniper, and certainly he doesn't miss those opportunities when he's right on top of it.
Primo and Lariana. Primo wins the face-off. Fetisov will keep it in the San Jose zone. And the Sharks finally gained control and skated to center with Ozolinsh. Sandis Ozolinsh. The shot taken by Tansel. A little routine glove save for Mike Vernon that time off the shot by Chris Tansel. Keeping it a 5-0 score.
So at the other end of the ice, the tornado explodes. Now, stop it right here. Stop it right here, and look at all this net you've got, Ray. Tons of net right there on the one-time situation. It's a great angle from there. It's coming right in the old living room. Ray Shepherd, 52 goals last year in the regular season. He was on pace for another 50-goal season in this shortened, abbreviated season.
Face off into the Detroit end. Into the corner to the left of goaltender Vernon. Don Donovan fighting 2 Red Wings for it. Burr and Fetisov. Now Primo and Larionov join the fray. Rob Schick says play on. See if the fellas listen up. We're nearing the 1-minute mark to go in the period. Finally, Larionov gains control. Quick shot in there by Tansel again, and Vernon held his ground nicely. And a whistle stops play with 49.1 seconds left. The Shark down in the corner. That's Chris Tansel.
Interference call on Dino Ciccarelli. He had a slight little pick on Tansel, causing Tansel to be eliminated from the forecheck. And of course, the puck was away from the play, so Ciccarelli gets nabbed for interference. So San Jose will get their second power play of this game, and you focus on Ciccarelli going towards the left side right here, and there's the little cutoff play, and Tansel did a good job of going down. Actually, Ciccarelli didn't do a hell heck of a lot to deserve an interference call, that's for sure. Dino, certainly he's a guy that gets himself involved, and in the last game here, in fact, Kerry Fraser had to go over to the Detroit bench and say, hey, look at Scotty Bowman. If Dino dives one more time, he's going to get called. For goodness sakes, he's diving all over the map here.
Coming up in our second intermission, John Saunders and crew will have highlights of Vancouver and Chicago. A look at the New York Rangers. Are they in trouble? No Ranger team has ever come back from a 2-0 deficit in a best-of-7 series. In basketball and baseball scores as well. Our second intermission, which is just seconds away. Konstantinov. And out a lot of room. Uh-oh, here comes Mr. Fedorov. Winds up, shot, save, Irbe. He's shooting for that hat trick now.
Surprised me that he shot that puck. One-on-one with a good head of steam on Ozolinsh. Long shot trying to go through the legs.
Ozolinsh shot on the blue line. Here's a breakaway for Doug Brown. All alone. Score. Can you say that hasn't already been said?
Brown goes in all alone from the red line in. A neat little move to the forehand, getting Irbe to commit early. Just a lot of patience from Doug Brown, picked up off waivers from the Pittsburgh Penguins. And in this scenario now, the penalty killers of Detroit have now scored 8 shorthanded goals in this, their 9th game.
Unbelievable. They beat you every which way but lose.
And I should say 8 shorthanded goals against San Jose in this, their 9th game.
Well, 4 of the 6 Detroit goals in Game 1 were on special teams. Tonight, 3 of the 6 goals in Game 2 have been on special teams. And I'm telling you something, you can keep your special teams motoring like that, you got a good chance to go awfully far in the playoffs.
Calgary scored 6 shorthanded goals in one series. That tied a mark. And now Detroit in 2 games have scored 2 shorthanded goals against San Jose.
Both Calgary and Vancouver each scored 6 shorthanded goals in their first-round series. And the final 5 seconds ticking down. We've still got 1 period to play. The aggregate score of this series is now Detroit 12 and San Jose nothing. And Sergei Fedorov has 2 of the 6 goals tonight. The round is on here in Detroit, and they love it. Let's go in now and check with John Saunders. John?
All right, Tom and Mike, you heard him talk about it being 12-0 over these 2 games. Well, over the games that they've played this year, including the regular season, 31-4, the Red Wings have outscored the Sharks. This is like a battle between George Foreman and George Burns.
Ooh, that's cruel. But, Darren just talked about the shorthanded goals that Detroit is getting, 8 and 9 games. But what about the power play? This is getting just out of control. They're at almost 50%, 14 out of 37. Here's a look at it. Look at the good movement here. Everybody's moving someplace, just changing the angles of the passing lanes, making it easy. San Jose doesn't want to be too aggressive. They're afraid to be too aggressive. Watch the down-low pass. Good movement out front. And this is just much, much too easy for Detroit, and they really look like a championship caliber team with a quiet confidence. Not a quiet confidence, a confidence that slams you right in the face, I guess.
Should they be allowed a do-over on this one?
Mulligan, right, yeah.
Kevin Constantine would be asking for that indeed. 6-0 after 2 periods of play. Stick around when we come back. We'll have scores and highlights of the other game being played, Chicago and Vancouver, in their game number 2 as well. Back in a moment.
It's coming to take cold, to take taste, to take smooth, to the extreme. Introducing Bud Ice. One ice that goes beyond the others. To take smooth to the extreme. New Bud Ice.
If you're going out tonight to see some stars, don't forget Aurora. Don't forget your GM MasterCard, today's financial vehicle.
0.
Nothing.
Nil. Zip. Zilch. Nada.
Zip. Nothing.
That's what you save when you dial 0 to call collect.
Squat.
Dial 1-800-COLLECT instead.
Hello.
And save the people you call up to 44%.
1,000 pounds of steel, endless blacktop, wind and sky, free forever. Then you leaned into a turn that took you toward a job, a house. Heavy.
Now you're revving up a saw.
Buying plywood, lumber,
Patio doors.
and ply bead.
Selecting shingles. Windows.
Picking vinyl siding to separate your home from the elements and from the rest of the pack.
Georgia Pacific, we help you build on your imagination.
I am not what I wear. I'm not a pair of pants or a shirt. I'm not in touch with my inner child. I don't read poetry, and I'm not politically correct. I'm just a guy, and I don't have time to think about what I wear because I've got a lot of important guy things to do. 100% cotton, wrinkle-free pants and shorts that don't require a lot of thought. Hager, stuff you can wear.
We asked the hottest coaches in the game to switch antiperspirants and try new Degree.
Body heat activated.
As your body heat rises, Degree now releases even more protection.
It just keeps you dry. It certainly worked for me.
New advanced formula Degree, now with an even higher degree of protection.
Welcome back once again. John Saunders along with Mike Milbury. 6-0 is the score after 2 periods of play. There is a game that is competitive tonight, at least as of now. Vancouver against Chicago. The story there, Jeremy Roenick back in the lineup for the first time since April the 2nd when he got the knee injury everybody thought would keep him out of action for at least a year. But Roenick came ready to play, Mike.
Oh, he always comes ready to play. Look at the hit here. No problem. I'm back. And now he teams up with Savard for a little good play on the power play. Right down low. Look at how they slide. We talked about Detroit's movement. Plenty of movement right there, John.
And then Christian Ruutu goes right to the knees, knocks him down. Roenick jumps right back up, and then he and Sergio Momesso go into it.
Yeah, that's a late shot by Momesso, and Roenick will have none of that. Here, boy, I'm back. I'll take what you can dish out and give it right back to you. That's the way the Hawks play. That's the way Roenick plays.
And when you're putting pressure on your knees like that, he looks okay. Jim Cummins gets the goal in front of a little scramble, just keeps poking at it, and finally goes in. And Chicago takes the 1-0 lead. But you can see that the crowd and the team is fired up with the return of their leader, Jeremy Roenick.
There's no question. They should be, because it continues to go like this. Hit, be hit. That's what hockey's all about. The Hawks love having him back in the lineup. Right now, they look good at 1-0. Vancouver really hasn't shown up to play in this series so far.
Don't you agree as well, though, that the knee, as far as testing it and seeing if it was going to be okay, when he was in that little clutch with Momesso pulling, that puts pressure on your knees, he looked fine.
He looked extremely good throughout the whole game. And Barry talked about chemistry. I'm sorry he's not here to defend himself, but looked like there was plenty of chemistry on that line with Savard.
All right, they have the lead in this game and the lead in the series as well. And we want to remind you that you can see more of this series, game number 3, Thursday night. The Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks. Be sure and join us. And also on Thursday night, Detroit and San Jose in game number 3. The question now, will the Sharks ever score a goal? They're down 6-0 right now for the second consecutive game. And we'll continue with more in just a moment, including the NBA. We'll let you know what's going on in the Eastern Conference Final. That and more in a moment as we continue on the Stanley Cup coverage.
Dog racing is Kenny Wallace on the Red Dog Thunderbird, turning speedways into dog tracks.
One engine was filled with Castrol Syntec, a full synthetic oil, the rest with conventional oils. They were then drained and started without oil to prove a point. You see, Syntec has a unique molecular structure that bonds to engine parts. Lab tests show it leaves a layer of protection far stronger than conventional oil. And if Syntec protects this well now, imagine if you leave it in. Castrol Syntec protects in ways other oils can't. Try Castrol Syntec, now also available in a 10W30.
This scar here, regular season. Got this scar here, regular season. This scar here, regular season. This one, playoffs. Slashing caused me to miss a shift.
The San Jose Sharks looking for their first goal of this series, down 6-0 for the second consecutive game, and this time only after 2 periods of play. We'll continue with more and the third period in just a moment, but right now let's check the NBA playoff scoreboard between the Pacers and the Magic. The Pacers leading it at halftime, 53-48 on the road. Reggie Miller had 17 points in the first quarter. He finished with 20 at halftime. He also finished with the lead. For the most valuable player, it goes to David Robinson, the Admiral of San Antonio. Shaq comes in second, but well behind Karl Malone, also a distant third. Let's check some baseball scores now. The Brewers trailing the Indians now 5-3 in the 7th inning. Omar Vizquel has a 2-run home run, his second of the year. The Tigers by 2 over the Twins, 6-4 the score there in the 7th inning. Alan Trammell with a 2-run single in the 5th inning. The Blue Jays had the lead, but they've blown it again. Right now it's 5-5 with the Royals. Bad news for Toronto. Joe Carter leaving the game with a strained left groin, and the Rangers and the White Sox postponed because of rain. In the National League, the Giants and the Phillies tied at 2 in the 6th inning. The Braves have a 2-0 lead over the Cardinals. David Justice has a 2-run home run in the his 4th homer of the year. The Cubs leading the Rockies now 6-4. This one in the top of the 5th inning. Kevin Foster, the pitcher, has a solo home run. Marvin Freeman, the pitcher, has a 3-run home run. The Astros getting beaten up by the Reds 8-3. That one's now in the 5th inning. Brett Boone with a 3-run double in the 4th inning. Expos lead the Padres. Moises Alou with a solo home run in the 3rd, and it was his 3rd. The Dodgers trailing the Mets now 4-3 in the 6th inning. David Segui has a solo home run, his 2nd in the 4th. And the Marlins, who are struggling this year, leading another struggling team, the Pirates, 5-1. It's now gone to the 8th inning. Tommy Gregg with a home run, his first and 3 runs batted in. Baseball tonight, we'll have all the scores and highlights following our game, and then SportsCenter follows that. Back in a moment.
I don't get it. Why would you let yourself be led around by the neck?
It's a bad scene.
You gotta have some respect.
Knock it off.
Otherwise, you're gonna get jerked around. See, they say that every dog has his day. Well, I ain't got time for that. Come on, bud. And as far as I'm concerned,
Red Dog beer. Bold yet smooth, easy to drink.
Red Dog. Every day's a Red Dog day.
You a sports fan? Then you know what this is. All the games you're missing. How'd the Chiefs pull ahead? How'd Seattle blow out the Nuggets? Well, with DirecTV, you see the action, not just the scores. NFL, NHL, NBA, college, hundreds of games you probably couldn't get before. Games only on in other cities. Hey, you want numbers? Get a newspaper. You want sports? Get DirecTV. For your DSS 18-inch dish and DirecTV, see your RCA dealer.
There's a place in the Big Apple where New Yorkers rush to be on the cutting edge. It's Jean-Louis David, a touch of Paris right in the middle of Manhattan. So if you're looking for a new you, drop in anytime at any of their locations. You don't need an appointment, just your Visa card. Because when it comes to your hair and Jean-Louis David, American Express just won't cut it. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
See Jane work on plane. Jane on plane gets idea in brain. Insane. Ideal for Blaine in Spain. Jane puts idea in plan, sends to Dan in Spokane. Elucidate plan as only you can. Dan sends urgent demand. Gets Excel sheet from Liz, financial whiz. Presto. Dan has presentation in hand. Sends to Jane in Spain. Fab result. Jane exults. Dan dreams of sand in can. Microsoft Office and Mail. Where do you want to go today?
Have you heard about the Extreme Games? 9 different athletic contests brought together here in Rhode Island. You have nothing to be scared of.
Here's a 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Renberg leading back near side. Shot! Score! Kevin Haller! Philadelphia wins in OT!
Welcome back. If you're the New York Rangers and you're looking for a bright spot, it's the fact that you lost twice in overtime and on the road. But coming back home, you've got to win these next two.
Well, the bad news is they blew a couple of leads here. And really, coming into this series, everybody thought the Flyers would be the ones to make the errors because of their youth. But instead, it's been the veteran Rangers that have made some critical mistakes. In Game 1, they blew face-off coverage that cost them the overtime goal. And then watch this. Lindros and Messier were pretty much straight up all night. Messier lets them get away, and Lindros steps out and makes it a 2-1 hockey game at the time. That's a big error. Got to do the little things in the game. Here's the game-winning goal, how it starts off. Bookabin will pinch down right here. You see he's pretty deep and a little bit late, but he's got coverage backing him up. That's no problem. But Bookabin decides to keep on going. Messier's there to help him out. Now watch Adam Graves. He makes a grave judgment error. Watch him. He tries to go back out to the point. He's got to go back down low with this. Now right here, Bookabin is dead even with Haller. Oh, sorry, there's Verbeek. And right here, Bookabin is dead even with Haller. Haller will outskate him the length of the ice. He gets the game-winning goal. Too many times the Rangers got beat on that play. And they're in a deep hole right now, John. I think they got to take 2 at home if they hope to stay alive in this series.
And they'll try and stay alive in game number 3. Tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Time. We'll have it for you from Madison Square Garden on ESPN2. And we'll be back in just a moment. Where, speaking of staying alive, Arthur's Herbe's head is spinning around like The Exorcist. We'll be back in a moment.
A new year, a new look, a new opportunity to drive Pontiac excitement. At Mario Caicco's Duke George Pontiac, you can see firsthand the style and sophistication of the new Pontiac Grand Am SE, the Grand Prix, Pontiac Firebird, and the luxury of the Bonneville SE. The 1995 line of Pontiac cars and trucks at GM Service Excellence Award winner Mario Caicco's Duke George Pontiac, with over 33 years of customer satisfaction and service.
Let's see why people come to Romans.
I'm here for the chicken romano.
Great fish sandwich.
We're here for the chicken tenders.
We're here for all the sports.
I come to Romans for the prime rib.
I'm here for the mussels marinara.
I love the atmosphere, but I'm here for the onion roads. I'm here for the hot buffalo wings.
Wasn't like the other girls. The pretty girl who didn't flirt and giggle. The one who was good at sports, but never on the team. That girl still isn't like the other girls. She never wanted to be.
ESPN's coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. By Molson Ice from Canada, the land where ice was born. And by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We are driving excitement.
The Detroit Red Wings tonight scoring a knockout at Joe Louis Arena, lead the San Jose Sharks 6-0. And Sergei Fedorov, who broke open in Game 1, has continued the onslaught in Game 2.
Fedorov really coming alive so far in this first 2 games of the San Jose series. Working the power play. Yzerman, a little one quick pass over to Fedorov, little one-timer. Ciccarelli working the puck from the high slot. And San Jose is really going to the high man, and they're not collapsing quick enough. And certainly Fedorov wide open on that play, able to one-time that shot from Steve Yzerman. Then it continues, short-handed now. Doug Brown has an opportunity with a breakaway from the blue line in, because look at the Sharks all over the place. Not sure who the heck is taking the puck, and here comes Brown. Oh, fake to the forehand, wide open net. Irbe no chance whatsoever. From the goal cam we go. Subtle little move here. Looks like he's shooting it, doesn't it? And then he goes right to his right, And as a wide open net, Sergei Fedorov was given an assist on that shorthanded goal, the 8th shorthanded goal against the San Jose Sharks in the playoffs.
And you look at the shot breakdown chart, look in the upper left. Total shots taken through 2 periods, only 19 for San Jose. Only 13 of those have found their way in on Mike Vernon, but only 19 taken. They're being outshot nearly 2.5 to 1.
Overwhelming 41-13 in favor of Detroit. They could have 10.
Well, the Sharks will begin with a man advantage for the first minute and 8 seconds of this period as Dino Ciccarelli, called late in the second for an interference penalty, continues to sit out, and quickly the puck leaves the playing surface in a face-off just 11 seconds in. Let's take a look at our summary through 2 periods. The statistical end of it, it really does reflect the play tonight.
Yeah, 6 skunk right there. 41-13 shots on goal and 27-4 of the scoring chances. 2 for 3 on the power play for the Detroit Red Wings and 0 for 1. And Mike Vernon, as you said before, Tom, you made a good point about that. For the limited amount of shots that he is facing, Mike Vernon is sharp. And obviously not the difference in this hockey game, but it's got to be good for him that he's still seen the puck real well, coming off a real solid opening game victory in which he faced only 15 shots, but many of them were quality chances.
There will be harder nights than this for Mike Vernon. He and the Red Wings know it. And here come the Red Wings again, but offside. Just a stride ahead of the play was Captain Steve Yzerman, who is really flying tonight.
Steve Yzerman, at one point in his junior hockey career, also had number 21 white Bob Airy on his wing. Bob Airy and Steve both played for the Peterborough Petes in the Major Junior Hockey League in Ontario. And Yzerman was a 4th overall draft pick that year to Detroit. And Airy also went in the first round that year to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And now they are back together for the first time since then.
Face off to the San Jose side of center ice. Still 38 seconds left on the Ciccarelli penalty. And all the Sharks want to do is try and salvage, I would think, some pride and maybe score a goal at long last in this building. They're now beginning. Well, that's 3, 6, 9. This is their 12th period without a goal here in Joe Louis Arena this season. Entering their 12th period. Not good.
And 0 for 12 with the man advantage at Joe Louis Arena this season. Now those are the things that we can document and chronicle the 4 things San Jose is doing. What we'll get into in this period is what they have to do better, obviously, to get back into the series, if at all that's possible.
Kevin Constantine looks on. Goodness knows what his emotions are tonight. His team, frankly, just hasn't shown up.
This stat here, 220 minutes and 58 seconds without scoring a goal at Joe Louis Arena this year. The offensive woes continue here against the Detroit Red Wings.
Well, the faceoff will be contested in the Detroit zone. 12 seconds left in Ciccarelli's interference penalty. The winning the faceoff is Primo Fetisov in the corner, taken out by Larionov. Krupa at the point. Vlastimil Krupa. Nice poke check there by Sean Burr. Breaks up the last chance on the power play. And the team's back even at 5 aside. Burr sweeps it into the San Jose end. Primo. Larionov got there late, but Primo couldn't control the puck. Now it's Krupa. Up to Makarov. Makarov hits Ray Whitney. Whitney surrounded by 5 Red Wings and taken to the board. Sean Burr. Drop pass for Ciccarelli. Offside is the call. Well, reminder, for complete box scores and player stats from all the Stanley Cup games, plus photos, analysis, game schedules, injury reports, or even to chat live with other hockey fans, boot up your computer and check us out in cyberspace. It's ESPN Net Sports Zone. On the internet, the address is on the screen for the best NHL coverage on the net.
Red Wings feeling pretty good about themselves. As the playoffs go on, the further you go, though, the more intense, the more physical it becomes. And this is certainly a time for them, especially in this game, where there's going to be no aches, no pains, no bruises, because really there has been no physical contact in this game. And San Jose, when you look at them, and maybe rightfully so, they really exerted a lot of their energies and all their abilities to beat Calgary in that opening and emotional 7-game series that went into double overtime. And there's the Red Wings. 4 goals or more in 32 of 54 games in 95.
And yet you look at last year when it took 7 games to beat the Red Wings here at Joe Louis Arena. They still took the Toronto Maple Leafs to the Sharks to 7 games in that series. They gave a far better effort than what we're seeing here tonight.
We're seeing fresh legs, speedier team, more talent going up against a tired team that just doesn't have it in those legs right now.
It'll be interesting to see how much they do if they have anything left for Game 3 Thursday night at home. Home cooking can sometimes be a marvel. And here is Kozlov, open shot. I think he did Irbe a favor not trying to lift that puck up as he seemed almost batted into the right pad of Irbe. Back comes San Jose. Craig Janney at center into the zone. Dump pass picked off by Kozlov. He's got Brown and Fedorov. Here comes Brown. Winds up, takes the shot. Glove save by the little Latvian. He falls for the faceoff.
Well, once again, the tired San Jose Shark defensemen and the youngsters get beaten by Kozlov, and they really get trapped. 2 men going to 1, leaving Kozlov as we let this roll. Now watch right here. Stop it here. Now we got these 2 San Jose Sharks going this way, getting crossed over. Watch the lane that Kozlov has. Wide open lane once again, and we have seen that time and time again with Detroit here. Again, a nifty little move, but there's not much penetration, not much defense there. Kozlov thinks he's in practice right now, working a little crossover drill on a 2-on-0.
Face off to the left of Irbe. In the San Jose zone, Krushelnyski. And Sean Donovan by 4. Now it's on the stick of Jason Moore. It'll be interesting for me to see if San Jose tries to leave a physical calling card in this 3rd period. Going back, they haven't shown the inclination to do that.
They don't have a lot of physical guys to do that, though.
Sean Cronin might be one.
Odgers would be another guy.
Yep. Ray Shepard in the corner. Krushelnyski at center ice. Much traveled Krushelnyski dumps it into the corner. And Chris Draper is still out there hustling. Finishes his check and keeps it in the San Jose end. I'm very impressed by the continual work ethic of this Detroit team. Up 6 goals. They're not laying off at all. At least on the physical end of it.
Look what John and Mike said. Can you not tee up the golf ball again and start over?
Yeah, do over. I like that. It's a good line. Very apropos tonight. Raf G at center. Game 3 of the series will be on ESPN Thursday night. Late start on the East Coast, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. It'll be interesting indeed to see if the Sharks make it any closer, any different. Here's the shot, believe it or not, from Larionov. Wide to the stick side. Actually, they don't rule it a shot on goal. Correctly so. And Larionov back at center. Detroit gets some fresh bodies. Ozolinsh. Drop pass to Whitney. Fetisov gathers in for Detroit. Wings dump it all the way down the ice. Will icing be the call? Yes, it will. They rolled it. Rathje got there first. I'm not sure he did, but it doesn't really matter.
It's on my side. Yes, it is.
At 5:01, work time ends and Miller time begins. Because nothing finishes a day like a beer that always finishes smooth. Miller High Life. Your time, Miller time.
Looking good. Pacing with your car is a great idea.
Yeah, especially when it's my new Grand Am.
Well, you couldn't take my car. Doesn't have analog brakes or an airbag.
Or 150 horsepower. Your car couldn't keep up with me.
Man, this engine is really smooth.
What?
I said you're really starting to move.
Hey, where are you?
Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. Scotty Bowman on the right and Kevin Constantine on the left. I think at this point, Scotty Bowman's got a clearer head right now, thinking of all the good things his club has done. But I'm sure he won't be in a situation following this game that he's spreading all the goodwill of how great his team was. I think he understands that San Jose still has not brought their best effort to the table against Detroit.
Far from it, and he'll point that out to his players. And here's the high-flying Steve Yzerman again. Shot high to the glove side. Bob Errey from the left point. Yzerman and Janney go for it. Craig Janney gathers at center. Jamie Baker to Pat Falloon. Falloon down to Janney. Peterson played out in the air with a stick by Rouse, but it was ruled to be legal height, not a high stick. San Jose counterattacks. Jamie Baker into the Detroit end. Yzerman back checking. Looks around the boards for McCarty. McCarty held in by Krupa. Taken away by McCarty. And here's Yzerman in his own end. Yzerman just tried to flip it in, but Jason Moore picks it off. His pass for Falloon too far ahead. And a whistle icing the call on San Jose. With under 15 minutes to play in the third, time to take a look at our Visa storyline. Sergei Fedorov, a good night. Steve Yzerman, just as productive an evening. Detroit, the special teams have ruled again. And in 6 games this year, you see the goal-scoring one-sided ledger. And all 4 of those San Jose goals came in San Jose.
Fedorov's goal came on the power play. One-timer, neat little pass. He's calling for the puck, slapping the stick. I got her, fellas, and he does. Wide open net. That made it a 2-0 hockey game.
And that made our Visa replay. Sergei Fedorov and his Red Wings have to be satisfied tonight. But you're right, Scotty Bowman will bring them right down to earth after this game, I'm sure, as Primo is tripped up, nothing called there. Puck loose into Detroit end. Chris Tansel and Sean Burr wrestling for it. Primo loses his balance. Banging against the boards. Primo giving it to Ulf Dahlen, and he'll draw a penalty from referee Rob Schick. And you know, I can't argue with this. Primo was really giving it to Dahlen right in front of the ref, and he just wouldn't stop. And you would think maybe Schick had warned him, and he still didn't stop.
Primo was a little sour, though, in the offensive zone. He got taken down to the left of Irbe, and he looked over at Schick looking for a call, and now he's pointing towards that area. He's pointing over to the zone in which he was hauled down, and there was no penalty against him. He goes back inside of his own zone, and at 6'5" and 225 pounds, the big fella gets himself involved right here, and that clearly the first one was a cross-check. Well, give him a couple for the cross-check, and Schick has to make the call. Now, Dahlen comes across with that left elbow, though. You see that shot was frozen, and it smoked him right in the face. But nonetheless, now San Jose will get their 4th power play of the game. Primo goes off for cross-checking. San Jose is 0 for 2 with 2 shots on goal.
So the unit of Makarov, Larionov, Rathje, Whitney, and also Sandis Ozolinsh will try and get a goal here in Joe Louis Arena.
I almost want to cheer for him a little bit.
Here's Rathje. He finally does it. He beats Vernon unchecked from the slot, and record this in the record books. At 6:01 of the third period in Game 2 of this series, San Jose finally scores at Joe Louis Arena, and that's not counting 6 periods of shutouts in the regular season.
1 for 13 now on the power play, but on the face-off, puck goes back, and Vernon can't clear it all the way. So Larionov comes back, gets some good little pass there to Rathje in that one-timer. Rathje got real good wood on that. Rathje now moving up, and Vernon's got to go from right to left, coast to coast, and that one beat him. One of his strong suits is certainly his glove, and that beat him cleanly over there. Good hard shot by Rathje.
Rathje's 4th goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So Mike Rathje finally gets San Jose off the schneid, and a stoppage with 13:45 to go here in the third.
So number 40 for San Jose. Keep your eye on the left side. Oh, just underneath the glove. Vernon was actually right there, and the glove was a little high, and it went underneath him. So for Mike Rathje, the former first-round draft pick, his 4th goal, power play tally. All his goals have been on the power play for the San Jose Sharks. Larionov gets the only assist.
6-1 with under 14 minutes left to go here in Detroit. Lidstrom tries to clear the zone. Larionov keeps it in. Paul Coffey takes a hard hit, a dangerous hit. Behind the net, Jeff Hodges really nailed him. Now it's Jason Moore. Moore winds up and drills one into the corner. Larionov is the first one there. He'll take the shot. He seldom does shoot. And it caroms off the sideboards, and here's Kozlov at center for Detroit. Kozlov Wheels to the left wing. Looks to center in front. It's blocked off. And Jeff Odgers, the Shark captain, controls up to center. Here's Sean Dunham. Tries to get around Draper. But take it away on the stick to Coffey. Tom Mees and Darren Pang with you from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. 12:44 to go in the third period. Game 2, San Jose and Detroit. It's all Red Wings tonight.
Looking good. Facing with your car is a great idea.
Yeah, especially when it's my new Grand Am.
Well, you couldn't take my car. Doesn't have analog brakes or an airbag.
Or 150 horsepower. Your car couldn't keep up with me.
Man, this engine is really smooth.
What?
I said you're really starting to move.
Hey, where are you?
The time is 5:01. The beer is Miller High Life, and the reason is clear. When the time is your own, it must be Miller time.
Time.
Miller time, Miller beer.
Yes, it is.